This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening once again and welcome to the Bahamas Football Association soccer side here at Malcolm Park. The girls right now, they are taking on Jamaica and the score is 12-1 in favor of Jamaica. The biggest roar coming just now, a few minutes ago, when the Bahamas scored their first ever goal in B-Soccer women's history with about 8:29 left to play in the ball game. But like I tell you, they are deep in a hole, 12-1 to Jamaica. About 6 minutes left to play here in the ball game. Coming up next will be our boys taking on St. Lucia. We're hoping for a better matchup there. Last night, the opening ceremonies held over at the Thomas A. Robinson Track and Field Stadium. The biggest roar was when Team Bahamas entered the stadium. Cara Hanna carried the flag, and it was a proud moment for her.
It was good. The intensity of the eyes and attention that I got, it was wow.
Wow, what a way to describe the opening as all 64 nations paraded around the National Stadium, some in their native costumes and dresses. Officially opening the games was the nation's leader, Dr. the Honorable Hubert Minnis.
On behalf of the government and the people of the Bahamas, to welcome all of you to the Commonwealth Youth Games being held here in the Bahamas. Let us celebrate at these games the ideals and values of the Commonwealth, including those of peace, freedom, and common purpose for progress and a better and more just world. Visitors and fellow Bahamians, what a delightful sight this is. As I look across the Thomas Robinson Stadium, I can feel the exuberance of the athletes and the many thousands of spectators who will enjoy the thrill of competition. To the athletes who will be competing in this event, I extend every best wish to each and every one of you. You have demonstrated your pursuit of excellence. This is what makes these games so special for you and for the spectators. For many of you, this is but a first step to greater glory in the years ahead.
Also welcoming the athletes was Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Michael Pintard.
We wish that while here you would enjoy not only the beauty of these islands, but you would take advantage of the hospitality of our people. I wish to thank all of the coaches and officials, persons who have prepared these amazing young athletes to participate in these games. This is the 6th edition of the Commonwealth Youth Games. It is an excellent feeder system that nurture young athletes, not merely to become elite athletes or professional athletes, but it also provides a pathway where athletes can obtain scholarships. They can develop the correct values in order to develop as human beings, well-rounded, well-adjusted, socially conscious, and committed to the ideals of the Commonwealth.
And speaking during the daily press conference at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium this morning, KMCO Romel Knowles says the feedback has been great so far.
Nothing short of amazing and spectacular. The interaction by the 64 countries, by the youth of the 64 countries, was a good send-off to bring us to competition day. The reviews yesterday was fairly well. It went well today in the team leaders meeting with countries congratulating the Bahamas on an excellent game thus far. The facilities are excellent, and now we just have to execute to ensure that we meet the expectations of our visitors, meaning the 64 countries.
The Bahamas picked up 2 medals on day one, historically the first for judo, with Cara and Maya Benaby. As for where those medals spent the first night?
In my bed.
The Bahamas with a good start on the courts. Dante Ambrista facing Graham Manny from the Solomon Islands. He took the first set 6-3 and was much easier in the set 2, 6-1.
It's very important to get my feet wet. So I'm playing my first during Commonwealth Games. To get the experience and get work into the tournament. It's good playing someone from a different country I never played before. Playing it for the first time, I don't know what this game like, so at the beginning it's kind of nervous, and I was just, I guess, overthinking sometimes.
Moving forward from this match, what do you get on this match as you play move on in the tournament?
What I got at the match? Well, I have to work on my serve. My forehand's there, and I just gotta clean up and be more perfect on points.
For more on what happened on day 2 of competition, we check in with Kelsey Johnson, who was also up and about.
Yeah, definitely. It's all about, as we said, us coming from home. We're right in the middle of winter at the moment, so we've been training about 0 degrees to 12 degrees, and then we come over here and we're trying to play in 30 degrees, so it's real hard for us.
The blazing sun on Wednesday morning created the perfect beach volleyball atmosphere for day 2 of competition in the Commonwealth Youth Games. The sand was sizzling and the action on both sides of the net hot, hot, hot. All the teams tried to stay hydrated throughout their matches, noting that the day was just getting started. The male team from New Zealand quickly learned how hot it is in the Bahamas when they stepped on the court against Jamaica, a country with a similar climate. But in the game of beach volleyball, adjusting to the weather is a small factor. Executing at the net with crafty shots and moving on the sand is key to winning.
We've been at home, we've been preparing in sauna room and steam rooms and just to try to get used to the climate. So yeah, it's real cool here. So.
Did any of that work?
Yeah, I guess it's helped with our breathing because at first it was quite hard to breathe, but yeah, when we got here it's definitely a lot better.
New Zealand took on Jamaica and moved into the winning column with scores of 21-10 and 21-10. The female squad also captured a win, theirs coming over Trinidad and Tobago 21-9 and 21-18. The first set in that match was used as a measuring stick for both the New Zealand and Trinidad and Tobago squads. The serve proved to be difficult for the New Zealand team, who quickly called a timeout and readjust. The strategy coming out of the break for New Zealand was to place the ball tighter on the net for a snapshot against the shorter blocks Trinidad and Tobago were putting up.
In the second set we kind of, I think, relaxed a little bit, but we still pulled through with the win, so that was good.
How long have you been playing, making sure that you get the chemistry together?
We've been playing for probably about 4 months together, and over the New Zealand summer we played a couple of tournaments, so our chemistry is quite good. We're basically married, you could say. We're such a partnership, you know, you've got to be so close and live in each other's pockets.
Shot play is about putting the ball somewhere that's going to make it harder for the team to get it. When I'm putting the ball over the net, I don't want it to come back, so I'm going to look where they're not and try to place the ball there.
And how vigilant you have to be in this sport?
Very, very vigilant. Anything can happen really, like they're going to chuck a ball where we're not, so we need to watch their hands, watch their signals and try to stop what they want to do to take points off us.
There were a couple of points where she choked you with the service. How did you judge it?
Just like settling down. It's a big mental thing for me passing, so it's just calming down, watching her hand and getting in the right place.
We just have to work a lot on jumping. Jumping is because we're short, so once we get the exercise on the legs, we could jump high and be just as good as the tall players.
Trinidad and Tobago is dominating the English-speaking Caribbean in indoor volleyball, but both squads admitted that the sand is a fiery place to play on.
We weren't settled, and we never played in New Zealand before, and we weren't sure how their strongest skill were, so we were kind of all over the place. But then coming to the second set, we kind of get accustomed to their playing, and then we came and we still scored shots and we realized where their weaknesses were, and we just figured it out. But unfortunately, we weren't able to win. But we know we played a good second set, so we're happy for that.
Kelsey Johnson, ZNS Total Sports.
Thanks a lot, Kelsey. These games being seen all over the Commonwealth. Martin Reynolds is in charge of media for the CYG.
Probably got about a dozen international press. We have some people doing videos, sending videos all around the world. We've got 2 international photographers who'll be taking all these beautiful images of the island and the sports around the world. And we have some journalists as well for some of the really important sports press. So it's fantastic. You know, lots of people want to be here. The youth games, you know, it's not the Commonwealth Games, it's not the Olympic Games. We want it to be a really special learning experience for the athletes and the young athletes. So we don't want to crowd them with too many media and too many obligations. They're here to learn, they're here to experience for the future games. But it's growing, and it's fantastic that the Bahamas are hosting us. And I think the media really want to see the stars of the future. That's why they're here.
Media definitely out here tonight in full force, and right now the score is 15-1 in favor of Jamaica on top of the Bahamas. Following this, our boys will hit the pitch. They will be taking on St. Lucia. Also going on tonight, boxing at the Kendall Isaacs Gym and swimming at the Betty Kenning National Aquatic Center, so you have the choice of events which you want to attend tonight. Tomorrow, another busy day with lots of sports on the agenda. Stay tuned to ZNS2 Sports. We'll have you covered from first thing in the morning to the last event at night. Until tomorrow, I'm Charles Fisher. Thanks for watching.